So, I'm back. You might hear the air conditioning and the fan going, so still the heat wave. Today's show, I know yesterday I was supposed to do the show, but I didn't get to do the show yesterday because I had to go to the doctor and get blood work, get a flu shot, get a checkup. Pretty much it was kind of like, how much more can we take? So, anyway, let's get the intro started, shall we? So anyway, today's show, we're going to be talking about DC Comics. I wanted to talk about this topic yesterday. I was talking to it with a group of people about Zoe Quinn, DC Comics, hiring Zoe Quinn after all the allegations of this woman came out. Zoe Quinn is a low-life individual. A very walking destruction. She will destroy everything around her just to keep her name relevant. And hearing what she did to this guy, I talked about this topic. I went at Marvel. I went at IDW for putting her to do the Addams Family. But DC Comics, I wrote a very scolding message to DC on Twitter, on the official show Twitter, and also I pissed off some WWE fans in the process because I watched Raw yesterday and it was the boringest fucking show I've ever sat through. I can't believe they're coming to Enterprise Center to do a show. But I will give my review on one segment that I just had to go and scold them for a shitty segment. Anyway, Zoe Quinn will be writing the Donna Troy and Commissioner Gordon fall as the Batman who laughs grows his army and heads to the first look to new DC Year of the Villain one-shots in December. Zoe Quinn will be writing Deathbringer. The irony. But I wrote this scolding message to DC about this. I wrote, "I will never buy another comic from you. You hire a woman who destroyed a man's life and caused him to commit suicide. This just shows that you have no morals or consequences. Zoe Quinn is a murderer, and you have lost me as a customer for good." So, that was the nail in the coffin for this one. I am officially done with DC Comics. I am a man of my word, to quote a great character. I will not buy a comic from them. Personally, I will not buy a comic book that they are giving a person who has a reputation of being a tramp, who has a reputation of destroying a guy's life, a guy who I don't know personally. But when you accuse someone of accusations, they cannot recover from it. Their reputation as an individual is destroyed. Their reputation in a work environment is destroyed. Reputation in their family, destroyed. Friends, destroyed. You have taken this guy's entire life, and he had no way out. But he took his life. And you, Zoe Quinn, come back on Twitter and play the victim of causing this. Your accusations of accusing a man has fallen flat. To the point where everyone is discrediting your accusations. And now new accusations show that you were the abuser of the relationship. And there's new DM messages out. Private messages from Alec Hollowick, who is the man that tragically took his life. Who's part of the developing team of Night in the Woods. And Zoe Quinn is being rewarded by DC Comics. You know how fucked up that is? Yeah, you know how fucked up that is? That a woman who has no remorse, no conscience of what she did, is being hired by DC. Yeah, I bet this was Dan Didio's decision. And, I mean, I know Dan Didio's a cuckold person. I bet he was like, you know what, let's hire Zoe Quinn. What has she been up to? Well, she just destroyed a man's life. She caused him to commit suicide. And I'm sure he's like, oh, fuck it, bring her in. I'm sure that's what he did. Just bring her in. Let's just put on Deathbringer. The title. Who cares? I'm sure that was Dan Didio's choice. And Zoe Quinn, of course, was the one who was part of the Gamergate, which you could look that up. I'm not a big video gamer, but I kind of know some of it. I mean, it got to the point where her and Anita Sarkeesian showed up at the UN. And I know the UN's a pretty much useless thing. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's kind of useless. But they bring her in to play victimhood of women being mistreated, and there's a sexist environment in the video games. The European Union. The UN, sorry. You bring her in the UN to talk about this. Mind you, there's women in Africa who are holding their children who are starving to death, dying of AIDS, women being mistreated, women who were a part of the execution in Saudi Arabia. I'm sure that is a less bigger deal than who is sexist and who's being a fucking asshole in video games. You know, the world has enough bigger problems involving women's rights. And mind you, I support women's rights 100%. I believe that we should do everything we can to help women in Africa, Saudi Arabia, Iran. Help women get education. get a chance in this world. But yet, everything at the UN has to stop to listen to two women bitch about how bad the video game work environment is. So, as you could tell, I do not like Zoe Quinn. I don't like Anita Sarkeesian. I don't like how they do things. But damn, DC, why the fuck would you hire this person? Why would IDW hire this person? Right, the Addams Family. I love the Addams Family. But today's environment in comics, this just shows that morals don't mean shit. Consequences don't mean shit. But God forbid, if you disrespect Zoe Quinn, you are done. She will somehow, one thing I noticed with her and Anita Sarkeesian, I know I'm should be talking about DC and more how disappointing I am with Birds of Prey, but that can wait. Anytime they are out of relevance, that they don't matter, somehow they are victims. Somehow they are victims to something. You know how annoying that is? I mean, it is annoying. I should have filled up my Batman shot glass. Yesterday, after the doctor's appointment, I bought a new Batman cup with the lid and straw because they're banning plastic straws. Replace them with paper straws, which means they are going to be useless if you're drinking something. And I found this cool Batman thing, and I don't know what to think. Some people kind of gave me an odd look when I picked it up because it has like the bat symbols, and it's like painted black. In the background there's like bits of glitter. I was like, I officially got the Robert Pattinson Batman merchandise. Because it sparkles. I don't know why I bought it, but I just needed a cup with a lid because I had a cool Batman cup. I got it for my birthday, and the old place I lived at, possums came into the house. I don't know how the fuck they came in, but there was one. I had to like literally play Stanley Cup Blues with a broom and just knock them fuckers out the door. But there was one, like a baby possum, laying in the dish drainer on my cup, giving itself a bath. And I was just like, you motherfucker. And I just had to like get a broom and just start beating it and knock it out the door. So I found that. I found a Batman shot glass, which says it has a drawing of Batman, and it's Batman saying, "I'm Batman." So I'll take a photo of those and post it. I'm drinking water because my doctor's like, "You need to lay off the soda, dude." It was just like, I haven't drank a whole lot of soda. He goes, "Well, do it. Drink water." So I'm drinking a lot of water. So I had a bottle of ginger ale, so don't tell my doctor that. So anyway, I'm sorry about the rant. Comic book industry today just annoys me. It's like everybody who's an artist or a writer is a victim. They are a victim to something. Discrimination, sexism. But sexism, misogyny, I don't know what, they're victims.